Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. On God driving, Sam and riding passenger side. And you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive.
Make sure you guys click the like button. Make sure you leave a comment below. But most importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to Hip Hop News Uncensored for more exclusives just like this.
Oh, and this shirt, $25 plus shipping. Yeah. Join the No Cooning movement at KeraDangerous talk.com.
Appreciate that, definitely. I want to transfer and go to hip hop, and you kind of touched on it brief a little earlier. You talked about the rappers getting killed. Talk about Young Dolph. We was actually having a conversation, and we was like, I wonder who can be the next rapper to die. This was probably like a week or two ago.
Literally a week or two.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, we was like, and it didn't happen. So how do you feel about this trend now, growing trend of all these rappers, whether it be, the lower class rapper all the way up to the higher class rapper is now being murdered, killed, and a lot of times in their own hometown?
You know what's crazy is that I just posted a post on my Instagram at KeraDangerous, and it was about Empire Records CEO. I mean, it's not a meme I made, but it says that it's a known fact labels take out insurance policy on their artists and that he needs to be investigated because apparently Young Dolph, MO3, and I don't know why I can't think of the guy from Chicago. What's the
King Von?
King Von. They were all on Empire Records. So I posted, when is Empire Records going to be questioned? Artists need to be out the streets before being able to sign a record label. I know that's not going to happen, but look, I don't know all the answers. I just know that something needs to happen, okay? Because if your artists are constantly getting killed, that's a problem. And he also here with a picture with the little guy who was always rapping sad with the blonde and the black hair. It's how you say his name, Extension or
X. Yeah. We see people at Triple X. We don't know how to say that.
Yeah, but anyway, Teziton, that's his name. He jumped on my post. Cortez Bryant, the manager of Lil Wayne. I had him on my show as well because I know him. Met him at ESPN and we always stayed in touch. He replied back, they don't need to be questioned at all. Empire gave these artists an outlet to get away from the streets with favorable deals where they retain ownership of their music, which in turn could help them create generational wealth for their families. Just a stroke of bad luck for them. And I feel sorry for my man Ghazi because he's one of the genuine ones in the business. Now that is from Cortez Bryant. You guys heard of him, right? The music mogul Cortez Bryant.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't, that's the kind of response I, would expect, even though me and him are cool, but, he's a part of that business. But we know the hip hop business, they let our guys promote violence, sex, drug use. And I used to feel like it was okay because it was entertainment. And I felt like, well, why can't Black people watch something without wanting to do it? But then it goes back to we're seeing these things over and over and over, and already being a people who have been through so much trauma through slavery and taught to hate ourselves and the whole breakdown of the Black family. We have just been through too much to constantly have a repetition of this demonic music that we are producing. Even though I was a rap artist, I had to change my ideal of what my music was going to be several years. And right now, and even though I'm older now, I don't even really want to do it. It was a year that I looked at music, guys, and I couldn't even watch the music videos because I could see the demonic energy that was flowing inside these videos. And that's because I'm open spiritually. I have discernment. But I couldn't deal with it. I'm just saying all this to say that we are in a spiritual war Music is a part of it. The entertainment is a part of it. But they're not going to do anything about it because it's just like the pharmaceutical company that Rizza Islam talked about on my show that we also met at the Black Convention.
Mm-hmm.
They made too much money from it. Do you think the same people that told us to hate each other are going to be the same people to help us and say, stop killing each other, stop making the music, telling you to poison each other, not to love your women, to call them hoes and bitches and whatnot? They're not going to be the ones to do it. They will barely even sign an artist who talks good, who makes good music, who talks about positive things. We got to stop expecting the enemy to treat us good. Black people have come into a place where they think everybody is their friend. We forgive everybody, and forgiveness is good. But God never said forgive and forget. He just simply said to forgive.
Oh,
absolutely. And the crazy thing is, it's almost like it's even more dangerous when they get the wealth, because no one. That's a poor excuse to say they snatch them out the streets. They give them this. No, they don't. They give them the money and they implore them to do this and that. They don't teach them how to financially be able to can hold that money. They don't put them in the LLCs or S corps to be able to properly put them in tax brackets, financial literacy, and what to do with all this abundance of money. They give it to them and then throw them out there for the wolves to eat them alive. We don't know, you know what I mean? A lot of these kids and a lot of these rappers that come out of these communities don't even know what to do with money, really. And then they're throwing this abundance of money and not realizing what it is and what's going on with it. And then people see it like hungry sharks and they take advantage, and it's absolutely disgusting. And to think that they don't assume responsibility it's almost like they don't care. At the end of the day, that kind of is confirmation that they don't care at all, because if they cared about the well-being, they would put something in place to make sure that their insurance policy or their investment wouldn't be dying in the streets, but they like it, man. Appreciate your perspective on that.
And that's basically all I said on my post. And then you have somebody that works for a record label come on and say, well, they were provided an opportunity. But what does that sound like? That sounds like just like when Colin Kaepernick called the NFL Combine similar to slavery, when he compared it. And people said, but they gave you an opportunity. That's not slavery. They always want Black people to just be happy you got an opportunity.
Right. And then you talk about, like, it's a book called As a Man Thinketh. And, it's power in words, even like the Bible, how that says, so when these rappers are putting this energy out there, it's going to come back on them at some point. If you're talking about drugs, destruction, death, eventually that comes back. If you're thinking about positive things, you begin to manifest that. People don't look at that aspect as well. For somebody to actually say something like that, like he said, they show they really don't kind of care about it. They're really about just the profit. They don't care about the pain that's going to come as a result of the words and the spells and the energy that these rappers are putting out there, because it's true, it's real.